3.
All right, guys, so I'm gonna do a quick crash course on how to turn on our X32 Behringer producer here at Natural Bridge Christian Fellowship. The process of turning on the board and turning on all of the amps and preamps, and basically the process to do it correctly. So step number 1 to turning everything on is board first. When you turn everything on, it's board first. And the reason for that is, and of course you see the board's covered here. We'd like to cover the board and everything just for protection of the board. It has this little sheet here. But you're gonna turn the board on first, specifically because right now, as soon as we press the power button, it's gonna send signals to the equipment. And if the equipment's already on, but the board isn't, we're gonna have a loud pop. So we wanna turn the board on while the equipment is off so that there is no pop. So we're gonna go ahead, turn the board on. Once the board is turning on, we're gonna make our way over here to the equipment, that is the preamp faders and the post-amp faders with all the monitors on our stage. And as we move up here, there should be, and only should be, 3 power cords to plug in currently to the wall. So the first one that you're gonna wanna plug in is this little wide one right here that goes straight down. This is to a little power strip over here. This power strip powers our bass's amplifier right here, and it'll turn on a few lights as you see right there. Then after we plug that in, we're gonna plug in this one right here, and as you'll see, this one will actually end up going into our storage system right here. This one is actually all of the monitors powering systems on the stage. So it's very important that this one's plugged in, and if it's not plugged in, you're not gonna get any volume to any of the monitors on stage. So we'll go ahead and plug that one in. As we plug this one in right here, we're gonna move into the closet. And as we move in the closet and turn it on, you have our amplifiers up here. There goes the guitar. We're gonna have our amplifiers on up here, and our amplifiers we're only gonna plug in 2 or turn on 2. So right now they're turned off, but we'll hit the power button right here on that Yamaha, and we'll move up and hit the on button on our Behringer amplifier. And as we do that, we can move out of the storage room, and we'll move up here onto the stage to turn on our last and final plug-in. This plug-in is very important as well because it turns on our Behringer sub. And as we plug this one in right here, it'll power not only the sub, but it'll also power our electric players instrument amplifier here. And so now, one way to really test to make sure that you have everything on, and I did it this way for my brain, is if you have all 4 lights on right here, XLR can lights, if all 4 of those are on and you see them projecting, then you know you've plugged in all 3 of your cords. If you have not, then you might want to check and make sure. Sometimes that power strip gets unplugged over there or turned off, and sometimes that power strip back there is also turned off. So as we move back to the stage, I'm gonna grab one of these microphones and we'll test the microphone and make sure that we're up and going and we're good to go. However, as we get back here to the board, you'll notice something. This is what all Behringer boards and every board does as soon as you turn it on, every single time. Every time that you turn it on, you'll see that the main is muted and we are all the way down. And that's just something stock that happens. It's for the safety of the board, also to protect from popping and damage. So every single time that's gonna happen. Every time you turn it on, it's fine. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna unmute, and as we unmute, we're gonna take our fader up to unity. And what I mean by unity is we're gonna take the middle of the fader up to 0. That means 0 decibels, which is about normal for sound. So right here, I got mic number 4. We're gonna turn on mic number 4, green at the top, and we're gonna come up here to channels 1 through 8. Channels 1 through 8 are all of our voice channels. If you ever get confused, by the way, as to whether or not you're receiving signal, you can just talk into this right here, and as you do that, you see a little green signal pops up right here. So if I click select, you'll see channel 4 will pop up in this top right-hand corner. That's how I know I have channel 4 selected. With channel 4 selected, I can unmute, check, and now I have signal running through this microphone to the house. So we know that the system is turned on. One other thing that I like to do is to get a musician to check and play some instruments. Any of the musicians' microphones will be coming through specifically channels 9 through 16. Of course, you see they're all muted here right now. But if I wanted to unmute, for instance, the bass, I would find the bass right here at the top, check the channel, and then just move down here to unmute the bass, like so. Now, one more thing that I like to do and check and make sure is I like to play some music. So I run down here to our aux in. This is how our computer plays music through the house. Right now I already had them turned off, but basically most of the time they're gonna look like this. And they're just gonna be all the way down. You'll just go to aux, you'll go to 1 and 2, you'll unmute 1 and 2, and then you'll move over here and you'll unmute 5 and 6. And when you do that, it's connected to this Mac. And right now I got this song playing by Elevation, and we'll just back it up just a hair. We'll press play. We'll make sure that the Mac is turned up. We'll make sure the volume is turned up here itself, and we'll turn up our faders as we see volume coming through. And just like that, we know that we got volume with microphones, we know we got volume with an instrument, and we also know that we have volume through our Mac, which is playing pre-service music. And that's basically the turn on. And that's basically how we get everything up and rolling to make sure that it's all working. So thanks for watching that, and we'll have a few more crash course videos coming soon. Thanks, guys.